What is up, guys? It's your name, and welcome back to the channel for another crazy video. Today, we're diving deep into the dark side of the workplace. We're talking about those employees who were pushed too far, who decided to take matters into their own hands. Welcome to our countdown of the top evil employees who decided to take revenge. These people snapped, and the results were catastrophic. Think deleted files, leaked secrets, and even some straight-up criminal activity. These stories will shock you and make you think twice about workplace dynamics. So, grab your snacks, buckle up, and get ready for some insane stories. You won't believe what some people will do to get revenge. Our first story takes us deep into the tech world. Meet Gary, your average IT guy, brilliant with computers but overlooked and underappreciated. Gary had been passed over for promotions time and time again, his skills seemingly invisible to the higher-ups. After years of quiet frustration, Gary finally snapped when a promotion he'd been practically promised was given to an outside hire. Someone with a fancy degree but half the experience Gary had. That's when Gary decided enough was enough. He knew the company's servers inside and out. He knew their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities, and he knew exactly how to exploit them. Late one night, when the office was empty, Gary put his plan into action. Keystrokes echoed through the silent office as Gary, with a few lines of code, brought the entire company to its knees. Servers crashed, data vanished, and the company's entire network went dark. It took weeks for the company to recover, costing them millions in lost revenue and throwing their operations into chaos. Gary, of course, was eventually caught, his digital fingerprints all over the crime scene. Our next story features Sarah, a rising star in a high-powered pharmaceutical company. Sarah was dedicated, hard-working, and on the fast track to the top. That is, until she uncovered a dark secret. While going through some company files, Sarah stumbled upon evidence of unethical drug trials. The company was cutting corners, falsifying data, and putting profits ahead of people's lives. Sarah was horrified. She knew she had to do something. She took her concerns to her superiors, but they brushed her off, more concerned with covering up their tracks than addressing the issue. Feeling betrayed and disgusted, Sarah decided to take drastic measures. She copied all the incriminating data she could find and anonymously leaked it to the press. The scandal that followed was explosive. The company's stock plummeted, executives were investigated, and the company's reputation was shattered. This next story is not for the faint of heart. Meet Frank, a disgruntled factory worker who reached his breaking point. For years, Frank had endured what he felt was unfair treatment from management. He was passed over for raises, given the worst shifts, and constantly belittled by his supervisors. One day, after a particularly heated argument with his boss, Frank decided he couldn't take it anymore. Fueled by anger and resentment, Frank hatched a plan as reckless as it was destructive. Late one night, Frank snuck back into the factory, a canister of gasoline in hand. He doused the office area, the break room, the places where he felt most humiliated and overlooked, in flammable liquid. With a flick of his lighter, Frank ignited the inferno, watching as years of pent-up rage consumed the building. The fire raged through the night, gutting the factory and causing millions of dollars in damage. Chapter 4. The Poisoned Coffee Break. Sometimes revenge is served cold, and in this case it's served with a side of arsenic. This is the story of Brenda, the office gossip, and her unsuspecting target Mark. Brenda and Mark worked in the marketing department of a bustling advertising firm. Brenda, known for her sharp tongue and even sharper wit, had a knack for making enemies. And Mark, well, he was her latest victim. After a particularly nasty rumor spread by Brenda cost Mark a promotion, he decided to confront her. Big mistake. Brenda, never one to back down from a fight, vowed revenge. The next day, Brenda came to work armed with more than just her usual snide remarks. She brought with her a vial of poison which she slipped into the office coffee pot, a pot Mark frequently drank from. Chapter 5. The Embezzlement Scheme. They say money is the root of all evil. But in this case, it was also the weapon of choice. This is the story of John, a mild-mannered accountant who became a master manipulator. John had been with the company for over a decade, his dedication unwavering, his loyalty unquestioned. That is, until the new CEO took over. The new CEO, a ruthless businessman obsessed with cutting costs and maximizing profits, saw John and his colleagues as nothing more than numbers on a spreadsheet. John, who had poured his heart and soul into the company, felt betrayed and undervalued. When the CEO announced company-wide layoffs, including John's position, John decided to take matters into his own hands. Utilizing his knowledge of the company's finances, John began siphoning off funds, diverting money into offshore accounts, and creating a complex web of financial transactions designed to cripple the company from within. Chapter 6. The Social Media Smear Campaign. In the age of social media, all it takes is one viral post to destroy a reputation. This is the story of Lisa, a disgruntled ex-employee and her weapon of choice, the internet. Lisa had been wrongfully terminated from her job at a popular clothing store. Despite her pleas, her managers refused to hear her side of the story, firing her on the spot and escorting her out of the building like a criminal. Humiliated and enraged, Lisa decided to fight back the only way she knew how, by exposing the company's hypocrisy to the world. She created anonymous social media accounts, using them to share her story, to spread rumors, and to call for a boycott of the store. She even managed to get her hands on some incriminating photos and videos which she strategically leaked online, further fueling the flames of outrage. Chapter 7. The Vandal's Revenge. This story takes us into the world of blue-collar workers where hard work and dedication are often met with little reward. Meet Mike, a construction worker who found himself jobless and filled with resentment. Mike had spent years working on a major construction project, a project that was supposed to revitalize the city, but when the project was completed and it came time for layoffs, Mike was one of the first to go. Bitter and feeling betrayed by the company he'd given so much to, Mike decided to leave his mark on the project, literally. One night, armed with spray paint and a sledgehammer, Mike broke into the construction site. He vandalized the building, smashing windows, spray painting obscenities on the walls, and causing thousands of dollars in damage. Chapter 8. The Data Breach. In the digital age, information is power, and for some, revenge. This is the story of Ethan, a cybersecurity expert who became the architect of chaos. Ethan had been working for a tech startup, a company that promised to revolutionize the way we live and work. Ethan, a true believer in the company's mission, poured his heart and soul into his work, often pulling all-nighters and sacrificing his personal life for the sake of the company. But Ethan's dedication went unnoticed. He was passed over for promotions, his ideas were stolen, and his contributions were constantly undermined. Feeling used and underappreciated, Ethan decided to show the company just how valuable he really was. He exploited a vulnerability in their system, a vulnerability he had warned them about, a vulnerability they had ignored. Chapter 9. The Fake Review Frenzy. In the world of online reviews, a single negative comment can make or break a business. This is the story of Jessica, a disgruntled customer turned online vigilante. Jessica had been a loyal customer of a local bakery for years, her sweet tooth always satisfied by their delicious treats. That is, until one day, when she found a hair in her cake. Jessica, understandably disgusted, returned the cake and demanded a refund. But the bakery owner, instead of apologizing, accused Jessica of planting the hair herself. Outraged and humiliated, Jessica vowed to make the bakery pay. She took to the internet, creating fake accounts on every review site imaginable. Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google Reviews, you name it, Jessica was there, leaving scathing reviews and giving the bakery 1-star ratings. Chapter 10. The Insider Trading Scheme. Our final story takes us deep into the cutthroat world of finance, where greed and ambition know no bounds. This is the story of David, a stockbroker driven by revenge. David had been a rising star at a prestigious investment firm, his instincts sharp, his track record impeccable. That is, until he was betrayed by his mentor, the very man who had taken David under his wing. David's mentor, jealous of David's success and fearing for his own position, sabotaged David's career, spreading lies and rumors that tarnished David's reputation and led to his dismissal. David, left with nothing but his wits and a burning desire for revenge, decided to hit his former mentor where it hurt the most, his portfolio. Using his insider knowledge, David began making risky trades that went against everything his mentor had invested in. And there you have it, guys, the top 10 evil employees who took revenge. These stories are a wild ride through the dark side of human nature, showing just how far some people will go when they feel wronged. Thanks for watching. If you found these stories shocking, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing content. And remember, revenge might feel sweet, but it always comes with consequences. Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and don't mess with your coworkers. You never know when they might snap.